All right, here's Blake's game. So this was the, oops, I died already. This was our 8-direction game. Now you'll notice our character is relatively large, which, which makes turning difficult. And then if you flip, you end up, those collision points end up hitting things very easily. So we didn't do a whole lot with collision points early on, which is why those are a little bit hard to play. Let's see what we've got for week 8. So this is a platform game. Since you had a week 8 or 11 and 11B, I'm guessing 11B is probably a more complete version, or maybe not. Yeah, so this game here, one of the cool things that we did was, this is for Thanksgiving. We had just finished up the 8-direction, and the kids really had mastered that. And so what I thought was cool would be to have invite the parents to come in. And at about, I think it was around 4:30 or so for the last 30 minutes, and I had this game all set up for them. And they hadn't built it in advance, but instead what I did is I had them sit down with their parents and actually walk through the game and show the parents what they've done so far. And it worked out really well. The parents were really impressed. And I just thought it was a cool way to do it. So most of the turkey games are very, very similar because they didn't have a lot of opportunity to modify them. Instead, I gave them what it was that they should do to show their parents, and that's what they ended up creating. Here's the race car game. This one was pretty popular. I think we're going to do this as part of our summer code or summer gaming boot camp. Some of the cars were a little bit hard. If the car was too big, it was hard to drive. If the car was the right size, like this one's the right size, it's pretty easy to navigate. And it doesn't look like Blake put a lot of additional things in it. It looks like he's just got the racetrack down. So let's see what we've got here. Week 14. We ended up doing about 30 weeks. So this was the first part of our tank game, and we did this, I think, right before Christmas. And this was the first time we introduced bullets and the bullet behavior. I kind of did that on purpose. I didn't want to introduce the bullet behavior too soon, just like with the explosions, because I felt that as soon as we did that, then everything would be a bullet and everything would be an explosion. And it turned out I was right. As soon as we introduced the bullet, every single game had a bullet in it and blow stuff up, which is fine. I wanted them to spend some time with some of the other components as well, so that we didn't get too far down the track. Here's our exploding presents. It looks like Blake kind of implemented that exactly as the original, so that looks good. And so here's week 17. I think this was when we got back to the 2-player version. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like he does have both working. I don't know how I fired the other one. Now it looks like he's got the key combination thing not quite the same. A little hard to manipulate the second one. So yeah, so this was our 2-player tank one. There's a lot of variations on that. I was really surprised. They really enjoyed having 2, and then they could actually compete against each other on each of their games. And then here's Blake's breakout game. Let's go to a couple of the others. So this one, it's got this one kind of difficult here with that tower piece in the middle. Whoops. And then he's got this one, as you can see, there's some hidden blocks. That was actually one of the things that the kids really enjoyed doing, was hiding blocks, so that you could essentially never win, or you could maybe eventually win, but you didn't know where those blocks were, so you didn't know which ones to break out. And then this one, as you saw, and this here too, we've got these solid ones here that are unbreakable. So somehow you have to manage to get a rocket or the lasers in order to shoot through them, otherwise you can't get to the top row of blocks. So as part of the challenge, it was, make the game increasingly difficult, so that was cool. So he's got the laser balls. So he put in, let me see if I can, we got Pac-Man too. No, maybe not. Not sure how you get the laser ball, but that was one of the things that one of the kids had come up with. There we go. So the the ball shoots lasers, as you can see. It's shooting across the screen in just all random directions, which I thought was really cool. That was actually inspired by one of the kids from our code camp last summer, our gaming boot camp. they wanted to actually, I think he did it by mistake, and thought it was super cool, and everybody wanted to have it. So what I did with that game this year was at the Code Club, we had a starting game with all the fun features, because it's not that interesting to build, and then just had a whole bunch of different variations that they could add. So this is Blake's, and if you missed the instructions, it says don't touch the hot sauce. Avoid the hot sauce and the water. So the water's at the very bottom. If you grab a hot sauce, you end up dying and having to restart. So anyway, that was his interpretation. There's actually a kind of a cute video out on the Facebook page talking where I think Abby was talking about her inspiration for the Blake and the hot sauce on that and the tacos.